I want to ask as a directive, no education official, no education manager of any place shall demand for fees from any parent. The government has made its commitment. We have given enough money to make sure all our children go to school and they learn, and therefore there will be no requirement.
Let us not cheat ourselves as a country that we can finance fully and make university education free. We have been living a lie in the sense that we give universities our children to educate for free without funding. We have to be realistic and ask ourselves, do we continue living that lie?
He has two advisors whom he takes advice from. Oscar Sudi, who is a standard 3 dropout. Farouk Ibet, who is a standard 6 dropout. So these two advisors have no value for education. So they have advised William Ruto to get money meant for education and take it to bribe people on useless empowerment programs that are not empowering anybody. I saw a lady in Kisii complaining that after spending the whole day for the empowerment program, she has a group of 31 people that were given 2,000 shillings. All this money is stolen by Soprano and the members of parliament. And this is the money that was meant for education. So William Ruto, how reckless can you be? How do you get a standard 3 and standard 6 dropout to advise you? And then make you make reckless decisions that destroys the very foundation of the Kenyan nation. So it's a very sad day. And even sometimes I wonder if the president really sometimes feel like he would like to have advisors from his community. We have very many educated professionals from the Kenyan community.
But seriously, what's wrong with this government? What's wrong with this regime? This government ya Ruto, what's wrong with it? Guys, let me understand, try and make me understand. Ni nini shida na hii government? I have never understood. Kwa nini someone can say that akona 1.2 billion ya kujenga kanisa, saizi unatolea watoto free primary education and secondary. Kuna mama mboga aliamko subuhi akaenda akakupigia kura kwa promises kuwa there is free primary and secondary school education. Yeah? Saizi mnatoa hati kila mtoto atakuwa analipa average of 16,000 to 25,000. Nini ni mbaya na hii gava? Yeah? Who CS mbadi huyu? So saizi they are trying to blackmail us kuwa kitaka sasa hii free primary school na secondary school irudi, you give a second term. Then kuna tu watu hapa comment section pia utapata bado they are singing kumi bila break as if they are exception. Watalipa hiyo school fees. What's wrong with this government? Yani hiyo ndio kitu sielewi. Mnaelewa kuwa kuna watu they are thriving in poverty. Mtu hata hawezi afford pesa ya kukula. Yeah? Mimi I know of some kids wenye ilikuwa tunaenda kuwatembelea huko kwa children's home na wengine kwa hizo mamtamta za Korokocho, tumeenda Kibera, tumeenda Kayole. These kids they are going to school, wanatoka na ile kidheri ya shule na wanakuja nao home kukula. Hawana hata kitu ya kukula home, wazazi hawana anything. So now tell me, why am I supposed, unatuambia kuwa there is no free, hakuna budget ya free primary education, hakuna budget ya free secondary education, but kuna budget ya kujenga kanisa 1.2 I don't know what billion, kuna budget ya sijui bilioni ngapi ya kurectify state house, pesa zenu za kufly left right and center, hiyo budget hiko. Lakini budget ya watu ambao walikuwa kwa hiyo kiti wahudumie hakuna, especially kids. What did kids did to this government? Kwa nini government haipendi watoto hivi? Kama si kuwaua ni kuwatesa. Can someone just let me, please make me understand what's wrong with this government? Is it spiritual? Ni madamu wanataka ama ni nini? Watu wakufe tu na njaa, watu wakufe na nini mbaya na hii gava? Nini? This is so sad. If you are in this government na wewe una support hizi vitu, you should be very ashamed. You should be very ashamed kusupport regime kama hii, kwa sababu this is oppressing. You are oppressing the people who put you in this position. You are oppressing them. So how do you expect us to smile? That's why we'll keep on singing must go, kwa sababu hata ukituliza how must you go, tutakupatia map ya kwenda Sugoi. This is so shaming to international community, to international. Unaona venye Tanzania, Uganda, hizi country mbo ziko hapa tu East Africa, Rwanda, vya wanatucheka the way our government, they are living in lavish lifestyle. A president can sit hivi amevaa saa ya 5 million saa peke yake, hujaeka viatu, hujaeka hiyo suti ambayo amevaa, hiyo designer suit, saa peke yake ya 5 million, but haezi afford kuwekea watoto wake chakula kwa shule. Masoja hawana ma KDF nowadays, wewe unajinunulia chakula. What kind of a regime is this? Imeamua tu ku oppress citizen left, right and center. This is so shameful. If you're in this government, this is so shameful of you.
So Ruto's administration is unable to sustain the free primary education that was started by Mwai Kibaki, that benefited a lot of people, including I myself, maintained by the previous government of Uhuru Kenyatta, which was corrupt and all the things, but they still maintained the free primary education. But now this one of Ruto cannot sustain it. And tuache kuwa criticize. Let me break for you the budget so that you understand they don't have the money. For real, they don't. The executive alone is allocated 2.44 trillion for operations and expenditure. But instead of this government investing that money in places where necessary and avoid a lot of misplaced priorities, the government is, Ruto and his people, they're investing that money in power maintenance. It's very expensive. That's why you see Kindiki and all the other people going to the villages with the support program ya kuuplift mwananchi, giving a group of 31 members 2,000 Kenyan shillings to support themselves. So basically, every member is supposed to get like 64 shillings Kenyan shillings to uplift their livelihoods. With the cost of them traveling to those places, with a cluster of helicopters, one helicopter maintenance is around 1 million shillings a day. Forget about all the other things. Just focus on the helicopters alone. So if they went with 10 helicopters, we're talking about 10 million. But they will give these people about 3 million. Surpasses tutoke hapo mbio mbio. So the government doesn't have enough money, but they have enough money to allocate themselves about 8 billion for entertainment for the State House alone. State House right now has about 8 billion for entertainment. That includes travels and all that. The free primary education needs about 76 to 80 billion annually so that they can support it. But they don't have that kind of money. I mean, where are they supposed to get it?
Today, because of Kenya Kwanza government and mismanagement and lack of interest, the welfare of wananchi, education has become unaffordable, and only people who can afford.
That was Mbadi before he joined the bad government. He knew where the problem was. But today he's the one telling us that they don't have money to sustain the free primary education. And people like this, Mama, coming to tell us or to convince us that actually the free education is not even good because it's free. The free education is not good because many people cannot even afford to take their kids to private schools. Like I and other people can afford because we got a paycheck. But the hustlers, watu wanduthi, mama mboga, how are they supposed to take their kids to private schools? But you want to convince them that the free primary education is not good. What a joke. And that's why someone said that if you take a bunch of clowns and put them in a palace, the whole palace becomes a circus. And that's what the KK government led by His Excellency Ruto has become, a circus of clowns.
Kasongo, through the advice of Sudi and Farouk, has interfered with the university education financing model. Universities are not getting any funding from government because all the money has been diverted into useless programs. And instead of focusing on education, He's focusing on things that cannot help Kenya. Building state houses and state lodges. How can that help Kenya? You know, how can that help Kenya? And that is why we are saying that this one-term movement has nothing to do with the refugee. It is a decision that has been made by the people of Kenya, and is actually the public mood. People do not even want to hear about who will be president. They don't actually care.
Hey, hold on. So you cannot manage to help Kenyans, to fund Kenyans with the basic education, with higher education. So now you want to strip off basic education. The government is literally destroying the education sector in our country. They literally want to under-educate people. They've noticed people are too educated to fall for the tribalism situation. So you know what? They're pulling the plug from the education system because people are becoming too educated in our country. What the hell? Kibaki is definitely rolling in his grave right now. If Kibaki was here, if Kibaki was alive right now, yeah, these people are preparing for an authoritarian regime and they want to exploit the whole tribalism situation. And now ameiba ya kutosha. Wala, I swear, if this still makes you want to support the government, uko na shida wala, you have a very big problem. Kai. Kai. The fact that this is a...
Machaji na manyonyo. So the government imesema haina uwezo wa kuendelea kusubsidize education. Hiyo ni primary na secondary. Funniest thing na hii kitu itauma kila mtu. Wewe uko ni mtu wa one term ama mko na mtu wa two term. Haitajali. Unajua how much hiyo subsidy inasaidia usilipe nini fee. Tuseme kama kwa mtoto mmoja per year maybe government imeka kitu kama 21,000. Wewe mzazi nafaa ulipe karibu 20,000. Itafika time wewe itabidi umelipa fee yote. Unaona? So mimi hapo iwacha tu ningoje tu niche. Hapo inafaa ujue one thing. Hii ni by design. Si ati government iko broke. Unacheki. Education ni power. A strong, well-funded education system in a create thinking population. Now, I think in population, unaona, inaweza question the government, inaweza question corruption, inaweza organize protest, inaweza hold leaders accountable, na pia inaweza demand justice. Unacheki? Now, by making education unreliable, so the government itakuwa inafanyaje? Itakuwa ina make, yani serikali itaka watu wengi wakuwe unskilled na wakuwe uninformed. What make it harder for people to escape nini? Generational poverty. Julizangi mbona financial literacy haijafunzwa kwa shule. Unaona? Pia hii ita-ensure the next generation. Unajua sisi tunaangalia 2027, serikali wanaangalia huko kama 2050. Ita make sure the next generation wanna stay busy to survive, not resisting. Unacheki? So inafaa ujue kitu moja, the government doesn't fear poverty. Government wanga ina fear well-educated, organized people with ideas. So that is why hii system inaweza fund vitu za ujinga sana. Umeona sijui church inafaa ijengwe na 1.2 billion. Umeona hiyo Talanta Stadium venye imekuwa hiked ni bei ya kuijenga. Unaona? Lakini pesa ya classroom haipatikani. So ukiangalia deeper issue about ati budget deficit ama sijui debt ceiling, hapana. Hii ni war on public empowerment.
Una maana wewe ni binadamu ya mavi ya kuku.